Hello, thank you for taking the time today to listen to this webinar. How to get more organized is certainly a problem that has been seen throughout the country for so many years, and I would say that even something that throughout the world has been an issue that has been over and over, not only in people's mind but in people's heart and feeling and in every way. How do you get more organized? How do you become more productive, more effective? Are you busy? Is the first question you want to ask yourself. And if so, what causes you to be that busy? Do you have too much time to do certain things and not enough to do others? Do you feel stressed because you can't put in that many long hours on any given day and yet don't get anything done the way that you want it to be? And what about the important things? Do they get done? Are you running your business or is it running you? That's definitely an issue and a process that each person in the world today is thinking through on a daily basis. The comment I hear frequently is, I don't have enough time to organize. It's not something I can do. Most people save paperwork because they say that they are some great ideas that have been written on this paperwork. And eventually, I'll get to it. When? One of these days. But we usually typically never get to it, and the piles of paper continue to grow and become bigger each time. We shuffle it, we search through it sometimes we stress over it, and we don't even take the time to stop and establish a system that works. Most of us getting organized is a vital, necessary concept because it cuts through the confusion and promotes productivity. Not only that, it might even enhance the effectiveness, but we're just not sure how to implement it. The truth is that it takes a lot less time and effort to be organized than it does to be disorganized. You see, disorganization takes more time than you can imagine, and it places a huge obstacle in the path of getting things done. By becoming more organized, one can complete their work in less time and with less effort. The only prerequisite to getting organized is the desire and the willingness to change. As it's been said so many times in seminars and many of the times that I've had the chance to speak, in order for things to change, you have to change. And instead of saying, I don't have time to organize, it needs just to be the opposite. You have to say, I will organize so that I can have time. Changing your thinking is the first step in getting organized. And in fact, if you organize your thinking, becoming organized will become something that happens naturally. It will follow. So where do I start? In order to get organized, what happens in the next step? What should I do? More productive and effective time on the job sounds great, but is it something that I can do? And not only that, it's possible that I'm not sure where to begin. Possible that I'm not sure, that I'm feeling overwhelmed because of that. What I want to do is cover a few ideas. Just a few ideas to let you get started somewhere. These ideas are going to set a plan, a process, a visualization of the way that you emphasize what is important, what is not. And then I'd like you to take some notes. Take some notes so that you can have it in front of you and then you can regurgitate that information later on. Number one on your note that I want you to write down is the word visualize. Now, so that we know that in an environment that's plagued by chaos and haphazard schedules, you can feel so frazzled and confused to set certain goals that sometimes you're not sure what to do. But if your head is filled with clutter, you cannot organize your thoughts. Think of it like a glass. If the glass is full, you can't put any more in there. It's just too full. Think of it like a suitcase or a bag or a home. If there's too much stuff in there, you can't bring in the new stuff. You can't bring in new furniture that's going to give it a new look, a new opportunity, a new environment, a new feel, because the clutter is there. So imagine for a moment how one full life could be when your environment is clutter-free and it's organized. You have to focus on the desired outcome, not on the effort. That's very important to remember. Now, in getting started, basically, what you really have to ask the question to yourself and about what the things that you do, what is really bothering you the most? That's a good place to begin. In getting started, and that's number 1 on your list, the first one was visualize, the number 2 on your list is getting started. What is bothering you the most? What is it? So if you hate, for instance, a pile of papers that's on one side of your corner of your desk, or it's left in the mailbox, start there. If you're getting stressed because you can't fit another item on your desk, in your drawer, in your closet, found the place. Now you found the place. Start there. The important thing is that you just start somewhere. You need to organize your environment by removing the small irritants that hinder your achievements. That's the first thing. Rather than thinking about the huge project and everything that's ahead and break your head thinking, my gosh, I'm never going to do it, break it down in bits of pieces that are manageable. Getting it started is the key component to this development. Take the first step and you will likely see that you can continue all the way to completion. Notice my desk. This is, you should know, the way my desk is every day. I will not leave my office unless my desk looks like this every single day. This is how I work. Because I know that tomorrow when I come in, the clutter that I've left the night before will be there again. And I can't handle it. I will not be able to start a fresh new day. I will not be able to give advice as I do as a consultant to so many clinics nationwide. I will not be able to process my work because I already started with a cluttered desk. So number 3 on your list, I want you to write it down. Write down what is actually, in this case, the time that is going to go beyond your wishing and dreaming. Think above and beyond where you're at this point. For a few days, I need you to write down each thing that you do and how much you spend time doing it. Whatever that is. Once you identify your main time wasters, you have to create an ideal schedule. You can assign either time slots to do that, to each and every one of those tasks that you do every single day. You'll be less likely to let one other job expand at the expense of others. By writing things down, you will more easily remember everything that you need to accomplish. Make a list and know how much time will that take. I see sometimes I have to speak to certain doctors that take more time than others. And I see that some of these doctors will indeed take more time because of their needs. But then again, where are they in the nation? Are they in the East Coast, the Midwest, and the West Coast? And so I manage it so that I deal with my East Coast issues first, and then Midwest, and then West Coast. Why? Because I'm in the West Coast. So therefore, I have a little more leeway, a little more time. By organizing my day accordingly, I'm able to shuffle around hundreds more calls. I can handle between 60 to 65 calls per day, on any given day. Not only that, I can also create 2 to 3 new articles on any given week. But I need a certain time slot, and so I know when I can do that. And so for this, the next step, number 4 on your list, should be do a daily planning. The planning is going to help you set forth that planning. It's said that people do not plan to fail. However, a lot of people fail to plan. You need to take time each night to manage one of the most precious resources, which is your next 24 hours. There's nothing more precious than that. Therefore, write down a to-do list for the following day. Without a plan for the day, you can easily get distracted at any moment. And you can spend your time serving the loudest voice rather than attempting or attending to the most important thing that will enhance your productivity. A schedule doesn't close you in a box, contrary to what you may think. When you plan well, it will allow you to prioritize with balance and be ready for the unexpected and choose what is most important to produce the results and the things that you want to do the way that you want it to be done. It's not that it's going to constrict you, but it's going to give you an opportunity to realize what is the next step that I need to take. And that's important because without those things, you will not be able to take on the next level. Number 5 on your list should be avoiding distractions. You know, one has to work only on one item at a time. You can remove all the other projects from your desk or your table or your schedule and avoid all the distractions. Time is lost sorting through so many other items that you actually cannot be working on one at a time. It's amazing. I see it all the time. People say, I've got to make this call, I've got to take care of this, I've got to take care of that, and they're constantly shuffling things around, but they do not get to this one thing that was on their list. Work your list down. Just like going into a shopping center, going to a market, knowing exactly what to get as you maneuver through the aisles. Get the things that you need. And once you finish with that, your next project will be to get to the cashiers. Your next project will be to go and do the next thing. You see, people will do this. They'll go, imagine them at the shopping center, in the market, and they'll go down the aisle, but the phone will ring and they'll get distracted. Or they'll think of an email that they have to process. Or they'll think of something they forgot to do and they'll start making a phone call. Or they'll answer a text message. And on and on and on. Before you know it, this task that could have taken them, say at the market, 15 or 20 minutes is now taking them an hour and a half. Why? They got distracted. A lot of these things didn't get done. Number 6 on your list should be clearing the clutter. Now I know that's very difficult and it's a very sensitive issue for so many people. Even some people that I love personally, trust me, that is a major obstacle in their life. We all need to cut back, cut down, and cut out all the clutter. The vast majority of people simply have so much stuff. I mean, in their lives, it's just amazing. It's on their desk, it's in their closets, it's in their home, it's all over the place. And when you bring something new into the office, try to eliminate something else in your case. Try to do that. You need to give away perhaps an old computer? Fine. Get rid of it. A piece of furniture? Get rid of it. A piece of equipment? Anything. Now, this can also be something that you give away to somebody else that may need them. For instance, the computer, maybe another partner of yours, or a colleague, or a friend, or a family member might use it. So help them out, but give it to them. Just don't keep it in your house. Don't keep it in your office. Don't keep it in your life. You don't need that. Give it to a non-profit organization if you don't know where to do with it. Donating everything that you will have, and that you have at this point, will discourage you, hopefully, if you do it right, from hoarding and providing you with the satisfaction that other people have benefited from what you've given them. And this should make you happy. Number 7 on your list should be rewarding yourself. You see, make something you want or love to be dependent on the completion of that specific task. For instance, let's say you want to go to the gym. Say, I will not get to the gym until I finish this task. But when you do, go to the gym. Let's say you're looking to watch a special movie or read a special book or go on a walk or go on a vacation. Something that you do. Reward yourself. Even if it is by watching television for 15 minutes or spending time on the internet. Whatever it is, reward yourself for the small tasks that you're taking. But do not cheat. Under no circumstances should you even allow that. Because you're working for yourself. And you're working on yourself. And as we said, for things to change, you have to change. So you have to make that difference. But sometimes a little motivation can be perceived as an enormous help. Especially in making better, greater, stronger life. Number 8 on your list is maintaining a balance. Maintaining a balance, which means that your life needs to consist of 7 areas, as we know it. First and foremost is health. Second, family. Third, spiritual. Fourth, intellectual. Fifth, professional. Sixth, social. And 7th, financial. Let me repeat again. Health, family, spiritual, intellectual, professional, social, and financial. Those are all the areas in life that you need to spend different time, different amount of time in each and every day. But if you're spending sufficient quality and quantity in one or the other, your life will be balanced. If you ignore one or more of these areas, you will get out of balance. As simple as that. And if you fail to spend time, for instance, now with your health, you'll develop, God forbid, a illness which later on will cost you more. If you ignore your family, it may cost you a lot of time to repair that relationship in the future. And if you can recapture a wasted hour here and there and redirect that energy and time to be more productive, you can make increases in any one of those daily productivity. For instance, if you're able to accomplish some of those tasks faster or better, now that you have that extra hour or two per day, maybe spend more time with your family, or intellectually getting more knowledgeable. Read, learn, teach, practice, whatever you want to do. Or perhaps in your professional life, maybe you spend more time in the office. At the same time, maybe on your health, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, you can do any one of these. You see, without organization skills, you can waste a tremendous amount of time. With limited time, you can find it difficult sometimes to get organized. But it's a vicious circle at the end of the day. It robs the talented people of the life that they want. And people who are organized are getting the very best out of life and their goals and everything else that they're looking for. They're getting things done. They're achieving their goals. They're finding the time they need to do things they love, and they spend time with more people and care more about more things, and they have a better life than anybody else can. And they get it all accomplished. And as they practice and they grow and they put these skills, all these organizational skills which I've just mentioned, together with being more productive and effective, that becomes a better person, a better you, a happier you, a more satisfied, a more content. Several steps to take, not difficult to implement, but very hard to begin. I'm not going to minimize the accomplishment and the nurturing that it's going to take to get you to do this. I can promise you, however, and this you have my word on it, and you can mark my word on that if you follow these steps and you implement that, in less than 30 days, you will look back and say that this is by far the best thing you have done for your life. Nothing greater, nothing better, nothing easier, but at the same time, nothing more accomplished than this. You'll be able to be more productive, and you'll help others. But most of all, you'll help yourself. God bless you so that you benefit from everything that I say, but at the same time, that you and your family and your business and professional life, and as well as your social life, everybody benefits from what you do. You should make this place a better place to be. God should bless you so that you succeed in developing greater, better, stronger protocols. And that in everything that you do, it should be only goodness and greatness. God bless you, and thank you for listening.